I met a gypsy.
So when it comes to like your riding, that's one thing I think is cool as well, because I mean I'm definitely in like the exact same position. I'm not the best dirt bike rider, but I try and I like getting better at it. Has it been, I guess, a cool project in your mind to just like always be like progressing and trying to get better? And I mean, you probably don't give yourself enough credit, man. Like there's stuff that you do on a dirt bike that I will fucking never do. Like you ain't ever seen me jump a road gap or a fucking train track or anything like that. So I mean, you've definitely got some Sendy vibes going on.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you. Every day, like it's just progression to get as good as we can, and just to be able to have good flowy. I think biggest, coolest thing is just having flowy style, not looking like you're trying too hard, and just form and technique, and just look like you're having fun out there. And like I said, progressing. We're decent riders, you know. We can jump the jumps and go do, you know, some stuff that most people might not do. But when you're out here in California and you ride with these top amateurs and these pro dudes, and you compare yourself in one lap, you're like, holy shit, dude, I'm so far off from these dudes. But I know that's out of reach for me. I'm never going to be a professional, but I would like, just for a goal of myself, why not be the best rider that I can? So I'm always focusing on technique. You know, I'll ask my homies, ask Hanson for some tips, ask Hill for some stuff. And that's helped me a lot, is riding with other riders that are better than me. You watch what they do. They kind of give you some tips and insights. You hit a corner, you watch a slow-mo video, watch how your style and form was, and just try to pick apart and analyze yourself. And you're like, yo, how could I be a better rider and hit this faster? So it's cool because every time we go to the track, we're already having fun because we're riding and ripping. We get to do videos, and then I really do try to progress myself. So when you get little things here and little things there, and you feel yourself like getting to that next level, it's a cool ass feeling to be like skilled on a dirt bike and know what the bike's gonna do, how it's gonna react, and how to maneuver or set yourself up in a position. Super fun.
What's the stuff that you're like working on within your riding at the moment?
Dude, the biggest thing is like staying on the balls of your feet. I know people always say that, but if you get stuck flat-footed, like you don't ever want to be flat-footed. Like, so just always being aware that you're trying to stay on your toes the whole time, and it's just being safe too. Having good form and technique keeps you safe. Like luckily we don't really crash that often. If you're just riding, having fun, you can stay relatively safe. It's when you start pushing and going to that next level. That's why racers get hurt, because they're riding on the fine line, pushing themselves as riders and pushing the bike. So it's a good way to get hurt. But just focusing on getting the toes, getting the elbows up, just making sure everything looks good, and we're keeping our composure. Because like it's easy to do for a lap or two. Then when you start getting tired and your body starts getting tired and you're breathing, everything starts falling down. You see your form starts going away. So just always trying to technique and form and using the bike to your advantage, and as best as you can, letting the bike work for you, letting that suspension work.
I think that you've definitely got an ace in the hole in the fact that you're always being filmed, because I think that that's probably the way that you get better at riding the quickest, is when you can actually like really see what you're doing and then go out and make a change and actually see exactly what that kind of change does. Has that been something that's been massive for like improving?
It's huge as far as critiquing yourself, because you think you look or feel a certain way, then you come back and see it on the video and it's not what you thought it was. Like you always think you're sweeter than you are. Then you look at the video and you're like, oh, what, dude? Like I'm sitting on the back of the seat, like I'm dropping my elbows. So it's always good to look back and critique that and be able to, you know, just better your form and your position. The best thing is like, especially like throwing whips and scrubs, just trying to style. Like I'm really trying to just work on being a stylish dude. I don't have the biggest whips by any means. Like some of these dudes out here, especially, they go upside down, but just having nice fluid style and trying to look cool and on camera and just be that dude who just flows around the track.
You guys have come a long way in your riding though, like massively, especially medium.
Huge.
It seems like he takes shit it seems like he takes it pretty serious, and like I respect the way that fucker will send it. Like he's definitely gnarly on a dirt bike.
Dude has balls, and that's the biggest thing. You can't teach balls. You can teach skill, you can teach form, you can't teach balls.
I ain't got it.
And there's sometimes jumps where I'm like, I should be, especially when we go to the hills or jump something new, like I should probably go first just because I'm a little older and I have more experience on the bike. But I'm like, dude, I don't want to get hurt. And he never gets hurt, and he always gets out clean. I'm like, yo, you want to hit that thing? And I'm like analyzing. I'll be like, yo, this thing's second gear, we'll click third and we'll kind of pop it like this. I'm thinking about my body position, suspension, and how I'm going to throttle it. He just goes, oh yeah, I'll hit that thing. He just looks at it real quick. I don't even think the dude thinks what he's doing on the bike or how it's going to react. And he just sends it, and he always gets out clean. It's so funny to watch him. And he's a good ass rider. Like, I got to ride hard to keep up, and, we'll dice it up and keep it pretty close with each other. And I truly don't think he really thinks I know he's bettering himself, but I don't think he's thinking as much as I am about making himself better. He just gets on the gas hard and just hangs on, and it works out for him every time.
Dude, yeah, I mean, there's more than one way to skin a cat, I suppose. But yeah, I don't have, like, I feel like I'm more like you. I got to kind of like think my way around the track because I just don't have the fucking balls.
Yeah, especially when you start going in hills and free riding and seeing stuff. All the track stuff's a little safer because you kind of know how it's groomed, and each track is kind of in the same manner, the lip to landing. But like when you go to the hills and you start looking at peaky stuff or stuff that's like long distance, triple digit style stuff, there's a lot of factors and a lot of variables. And like, I don't want to get hurt because I don't want to go to the hospital, first off. Second off, I don't have health insurance. And third off, dude, if I get hurt and I can't put out YouTube videos for people, like, I'm kind of, they're depending on me to put that out. They don't want me to see me to be the biggest dude, do a backflip, the ballsiest dude. Like, they're already stoked that I'm riding the way I am. So if I go get hurt and I can't put out a video for 6 months, dude, that's 24 videos gone right there. So like, I feel like I should just, I ride right where I need to be and push it and always try to be better and hit a big jump, get stoked on it. And, just clicking a little bit at a time, nothing too big.
There is some stuff though that you've done that's been pretty big, like a couple of those, like the road gaps and stuff. Are you having I guess, because that's kind of the danger, right? Is like you've got this huge YouTube channel and you got this YouTube following, and it's like there's the title and the thumbnail that is like make or break. Is there gaps where you've looked at and you like really haven't wanted done? You really don't want to do that shit, but then you're like, fuck, I kind of need this for the video.
There's probably been 3 or 4 jumps in my lifetime that I was like stoked on. Like I could sit back and say, yo, I was stoked that I hit that thing. And it's the coolest feeling ever, is having that adrenaline rush and being that scared and nervous. And you're like, fuck, your balls are in your throat. You're like, I hope I make this thing. And when you clear it, it's the best feeling ever. You're so stoked on it. Like, so when that feeling and that rush you get is so worth it. And I think that's what pushes us as riders, and just anyone in general, is always overcoming a fear and going further. But yeah, there's been a couple recently where I'm like, damn, this thing would be pretty sick if we got a video. I'm pretty sure people would be hyped on this thing. So we should try. I did one the other day. It wasn't that gnarly by any means, but it was just a cool one. It was this steep concrete thing, and we went up and over the fence. I think I got 53 million on Instagram. I've gotten 40K off that video this week.
Fuck, that is gnarly.
Yeah.
Dude. So are you getting paid on Instagram now as well?
You can. I guess you can sign up and get paid on Reels. I have other homies who do that. I don't do that necessarily. I've never signed up for that because I just try to get it on the back end on merch and stuff, and I don't want to run too many ads.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you sign up as a creator on these platforms, I think it docks you, like on TikTok and stuff. People that go on from public account to a creator account, they don't want you to get mad views because then they're going to have to pay you on it now. So I'd rather just get more organic views and get people to follow us than try to get little chunks of change here and there to run an advertisement for a couple $100. So on Instagram, I'm not getting paid.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.